Hello guys, my name is Quinten and I'm going to be covering our topic for this week, which is religion and spirituality. Now a lot of people will label me as a religious person because I'm a Christian. I personally don't like that label though, because when I think of religion, I think of a lot of man-made rules on top of a holy text that weren't necessarily in there, and a lot of rigidity, and not necessarily something that's God-centered, but it's something that's really centered around rules that man made while assuming what God said, or that's what they claim when they put the rules on their population that follows their religion. So personally, I think of my experience with Christianity because it is non-denominational, so I'm not someone that follows a larger church. So when people think of large church, you think Catholic, Mormons, Baptists, things of that sort, and they all have different rules that they follow, different ways in which they engage with their members, but that's not me. I see it more as faith, and by that it is just believing in God, believing your text, and that's about it. I don't extend beyond that. There is no larger church body that then requires me to do certain actions in order to be a part of the church. There is no thing that I'm supposed to do at specific ages. There is no keeping a person out, even if they're a non-believer. We even let people who are not a part of the church come in to experience and understand, and we're very open to dialogue. So personally for me, I'm more so on the faith side. I follow something where I feel like the relationship with my higher being, which we call God, is very personal, and that it's about love and sacrifice. It has nothing to do with following every rule to a T. It's about, of course, aiming for godliness, but not to be upset that you don't reach that level, because you're not expected to. That's why, we believe in sacrifice through the love of Jesus and all those things that you probably already know. And so it's something that you've heard of, but maybe my approach is a little bit different, and I usually don't talk about it much just because of the nuances of the discussion, at least personally for me, and how a lot of people want to argue and they get very emotional talking about their experience with the church, when all I'm trying to share is what I do when they ask me about it. So really not going to go into too much detail. If you want to have a more detailed discussion, I am of course fine if you put comments below or if you send me a message, but other than that, really don't like talking about this topic because I feel like it's never a discussion, it's always an argument, and I get tired being, of course, LGBT plus person and having discussions about intersectionality of religion that don't just come down to these yelling arguments where people feel like they're being attacked rather than something constructive is coming out of, good discourse or a discussion that just doesn't have a lot of cursing and a lot of yelling. So we'll see you guys next week.